There he is. Yeah. What's up, you guys? Got a couple people here. Fucking Crazy Ed's backstage on tour with Nonpoint. Moonlighting on the Nonpoint tour bus. Yeah. So what's up, Wesley? You're in the house. DJ Brisk in the house. Robert Bloodgood. Robert Lane. How you guys doing? Cheers. I haven't had a glass of wine in like 3 or 4 days. So I was just like, fuck it. Kurt Allen, Andrew Jacobson. What's up, you guys? Can you guys hear me good? We got some more people tuning in. This thing's too loud. It got to be an echo. How you guys doing, man? DJ Brisk, what's up, bro? Yeah, Robert Bloodgood. Where you guys tuning in from? We're out in the country. I'm curious. Yeah. Sound A1. Thank you, bro. Got this fucking podcasting sure mic. Sister of the SM7B. Hot mic, he says. Is it too hot, bro? Should I turn it down a little? Is it like feeding back? Yeah, because we don't want that. Small town Arizona. What's up, CMD? How you doing? Where's Brad X? Shit, that's a good fucking question. I miss Brad X. He needs to call me. I mean, I haven't seen Brad X in forever, dude. Brisbane, yeah, DJ Brisk. I had a feeling you were from out of the country, just because of the name. But yeah, dude, you say last time was with Nonpoint. We're trying to get back to Australia with Nonpoint. Yeah, so we're trying to get back to Australia with Nonpoint. A couple of my techs are on tour with Nonpoint right now. I'm trying to invite them, copy to the stream so I could get them on here. Let me send it out. Make sure I'm doing this right. Crazy Ed, Head PE, bam, bam, bam. So how's everybody doing on a Friday night? I hope you all didn't work too hard. Spokane's in the house. What's up, Spokane? What's up, Nick Robeson? How are you? Hey, Josh, I'm going to send you another invite just to make sure that we're on the same page here. Bam, 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 bam. Try that one out, Josh. Let's see. Happy fucking Friday from Talmadge, Ohio. Talmadge, Ohio. Sings the chorus of Renegade. Yo-Yo from NC. Yo-Yo from NC. Dude, our new drummer's name is Yo-Yo. Oh, no, you're going Yo-Yo. You're not saying that you are Yo-Yo. You're going Yo-Yo. Okay, right on. But our new drummer his name is Yo-Yo. Very excited to work with him. He got the job from some nepotism and some shredding. No, anyway. Hey, Shredhead, what's up, man? I'm good. Brian Hancock, how are you, bro? Yeah, what's up, man? I'm kind of late, but here, Alicia, good to see you. Alicia always comes to hang out. Right on. Just had my third son. Congrats, Andrew. What? 3 sons. Damn, you are blessed. My goodness. Me, I'm with one son, 16 years old, one daughter, going to be 3 in about 3 weeks. And she is gnarly. She is amazing. She's a little angel, and she's super like Tasmanian devil. Meaning she'll just like tear shit up. She's not even 3 yet. And today my wife told her, "You're bossy." And then she said to my wife, "You're bossy too." Anyway. Okay. So yeah, what's up, you guys? Talk to me. Jeremy Stoker's in the house. Luke DeMoss. What's up, you guys? Trina Robbins in the house on the YouTube. Alicia's tuning in on YouTube. Fuck yeah. Facebook is for old people. It's true. That's why we're on here. But I'm also my guy, Mark Serpico. I'm simulcasting. There you are, Crazy Ed. I'm simulcasting on fucking YouTube. So I mean, there's no denying I'm an old person. But hey, I got 2 little girls, Luke DeMoss says. Don't think I'll ever be allowed to have any boys. You can keep trying. It's like, I know guys who have like, I'm sure you've heard of it. They try like 5 times and just keep having girls. My dentist is one of those, dude. Just girl after girl after girl. Sacto's in the house. Hey, Crazy Ed's here. Speaking of Crazy Ed, Super Ed is what I like to call him. Here he is fucking subduing the evildoer, which is great because I watch a lot. Harry, which is great because I watch a lot of where is he? Should be popping up. Oh, they don't let me use it. Where are you, Ed? It's not working. God damn it. I'm not sure what's going on, Ed. Let's try it again. Bam. There he is. There he is. Let me put on my headphones.
Service is messing up, bro.
There he is. Since Crazy Ed's here, we're just going to have to crack it open for him and just like, you know, do a toast to Crazy Super Ed. Did you guys see this bottle?
Can you hear me?
That's like when you go out for an... Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. When you go out for an Italian dinner, you might find one of those bottles on the table there. If it's a good place, like in Little Italy in Boston or some shit like that. Ed, how are you doing this on the road, bro? Ed? What's up with Ed? He's like stuck. I think he must have a shit fucking signal because the shit ain't working, Ed. He's using his phone and he's on a tour bus somewhere in the country with Nonpoint. God damn it, Ed. Get a better signal, homie. You know what I do a lot? I watch a lot of body cam videos. And wow, what the police have to go through these days, right? I'm convinced that there's this text. He's on the road with Nonpoint too right now. Both of my texts are on the road with Nonpoint right now. What y'all think about that? That's amazing. I just want to make sure, you guys, that my mic's not too loud. Sound good? Okay. Here's to Crazy Ed, even though he's getting shitty signal tonight. Don't you hate people do that? It's so refreshing. Hey, Toby McDonald, how are you, bro? Greg Hibbler, what's up, bro? Right on, you guys. I'm sitting with my leopard gecko. Amazing. What a good thing to be doing. Josh just sent me a text that said, I think the festival is using all the data like Rockville. Definitely, when you go to a festival, I'm sure you guys it's happened to you guys. And everybody, thousands of people on the same fucking Wi-Fi tower, forget it. Okay, Ed, well, he's detaining this alleged criminal. Keep doing your work, Ed. It's good. Let's get back here, though. So, yeah, you guys, wow, coming up on this huge tour. I'm going to be in Southern Cali at the end of the month, practicing with my new drummer, Yo-Yo Bianchi. Sounds pretty Italian to me. So, yeah, you know what? Let's jump right into these different... these different topics I have for us tonight. You know, I just had this thought recently about politics versus political theater, right? Because, like, obviously Joe Biden isn't running anything, right? Because he's how can he run anything, right? But there's this whole machine around him running the agenda, right? And then I had the next thought, which was like, how can one guy run anything? Anyway, the government isn't one guy. It's the three branches of government, right? Legislative, executive, judicial, right? You've got the judges, you've got the Congress, then you've got the president, right? So to think that the president's doing everything, but it really seems like, can you imagine what really goes on in a day of the life of like a government of the United States, where we're dealing with, what do we have? How many millions? 30 million people in the United States. There's no way one guy can run it all, right? So, I mean, it's kind of stating the obvious, right? But what I'm getting to is that there's so many things going on, yet what they do is they have us only thinking about these kind of hot button things, right? Whether it's abortion or you know, Ukraine or Palestine, right? Like, or Israel or whatever, or the border, right? It's like they always you notice those things, or abortion. Oh, I already mentioned it. You notice that those things are so hot. 30 million in Cali alone. Whoa, Mike. Do you know what I mean? It's like, let's see, population of US. Whoa, 333 million. Sorry about that, guys. Wow. So we're going up to 500 million people in one country. So anyway, it's so complex, but what they do is they have us, I hate to say they have us, but there's something going on where we only, like my guy here was calling it, bulletin board points, 3 Dizzle. Yeah, what's up, 3? How you doing? It's like, there's so many things that go on to decide on, and they always have us like thinking about tranny bathrooms and trannies in sports and guns and abortion, and I mean, just the most, like, you know, flammable topics. Anyway, and then these people, and to me it's very obvious and very transparent when you have people like, for instance, Marjorie Taylor Greene. To me, she's repugnant. Like, every time she opens her mouth, she just wants to say something to get people going. And to me, that's political theater, because real politics is running a country and running it well. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to say it's like a business, because running a country is not like a business, because you're not really running a country for profit. You're trying to break even. You know what I mean? And you know, speaking of which, the way they misled people when health coverage was in the news. I mean, for people like me, a public option would be great. For fuck's sake, I pay nearly $1,700 a month for health insurance for my wife and 2 children. You think I don't want a fucking public option? I sure fucking do. But because the people who make money off of the insurance industry spent so much money to convince people it had something to do with not choosing your own doctor or pulling the plug on grandma or whatever, we never got to that. We got some half-ass Obamacare, which I guess was cheaper in a lot of ways, but what we need is a public fucking option. And the reason that is because the government will run healthcare for zero profit. Where, like, right now, all these different insurance things, they run it for a profit for their shareholders. Isn't it so fucking easy to understand? Yet everybody was so fucking fooled and distracted when the shit really mattered. My dude right here says vote local and fuck the rest. Well, but what about federal issues that matter, like legalizing marijuana and stuff like that? You know, I think you got to have a balance there, Robert. Local issues are definitely so important, right? That's where you live. But definitely, you know, I don't want there to be some national religion, so I'm going to be voting on that. I don't want to be a part of some theocracy, right, nationally. So I'm going to be, I want to vote on that, right? My guy here wants to know, Jared, what's your favorite Head PE song? Could never just choose one. I never could do that. I have so many that I love. You know, my bro, it would be impossible. And I don't think that in my experience, the word favorite doesn't even work there. Like I disagree with the premise of your question. For me, I could never choose a favorite song because I may have a favorite in the morning when I'm chilling, and then I may have a favorite to listen to when I'm fucking pissed off, right? Or I may have a favorite to listen to, and I'm not even talking about Head PE. I'm talking about any type of music because I don't listen to my own music. I may have a favorite track to listen to when I'm chasing my wife around the house or something, you know? So how do you choose your favorites when there's different songs for different times of the day and different moods and different atmospheres, right? Hate to be honest. How can you, right? Was listening to Evolution earlier today. Evolution. Trying to remember which one that one. I think that was still, no, that was with Greg Zilla. You know what I like about Evolution? Just really straight ahead rock riffs, because that's what Greg Zilla kind of was. That's what we kind of did when we were working together. He wasn't like a kind of punky guitar player like the Head PE, like West Style or Chad, you know, like knowing how to get punky with it, you know. Been listening to like Minor Threat, and they do that same kind of Head PE, like, you know. So it's like when Wes came up with that style, he definitely studied a lot of like Minor Threat, Dead Kennedys, all that old shit like that. Class of 2020 makes me happy. Yeah, Blumels. What's up, Blumels? Cheers. What a nice thing for you to be saying. Was it Jackson? Evolution was Jackson? That may have been Jackson's last record. You know what? I'll tell you one thing you learn in life. There's some things you can never replace. Like I had a best friend growing up. His name was Roy Alvarado. And he died so early, like in life. Like I think he died like 23 years ago. I know the time because he was still alive and he met my wife. My wife and I have been together for like almost 24 years. We met 24 years ago and he was there. But anyway, Roy Alvarado passed. You know what? You can never replace your best friend. And I could never replace Jackson because the thing about Jackson, amazing performer, live player, amazing writer. Wow. You know, like, man, we just, you know, we wrote fucking Renegade together. We wrote fucking 4 records together, dude. Man, I got spoiled by Jackson. Jackson would just hand me 20 fucking songs, like all of them good, you know, to choose 10 to make a record from. Yeah, so right. Shredhead says Greg Zilla brought Dime-esque, right? It was like Head PE with special guest star Dimebag. If any of you know that I actually played with Pantera in Paris. I had about 3 shows where Head PE opened for Pantera and Cold Chamber back in the day. And I got drunk with Dimebag, drinking Wild Turkey, maybe on every one of those nights, right? He's a really fucking cool guy. And one time when I was on a press tour in Japan, the guy who was my tour manager, whatever you want to call it, had also tour managed Pantera. So they were playing in town. So he brought me there and I went backstage and like Phil Anselmo gave me a couple volumes and gave me his phone number and his home address. He wrote it on a napkin. He was drinking white wine at the time. And anyway, I'm just saying I have history, and anytime I played at a couple festivals back then because Renegade was hitting, and what was the Dime Bags, the second the band were after Pantera. Help me out here. But I'd see him there. Like, there's no way I'm not going to remember it right now. God damn it. But anyway, every time I'd see him, he'd be like, call me over and have a get and pour me a shot. But anyway, what a cool fucking guy. And it bums me out. He left to Damage Plan. Thank you, brothers. Damage Plan. We'd play festivals with Damage Plan, and he'd always call me over to do a shot. But he was the fucking shit. But see, having Jackson in the band, having Greg Zilla was like having Dimebag, but having Jackson was like having Jackson. Like Jackson was his own artistic entity, which was just fucking amazing. And songwriting, amazing. I'm working with a great songwriter too, though. Remy from the Netherlands, Holland guy, so fucking talented. Grew up listening to Head PE, Uh-oh, I hear my daughter. My dude Luke DeMoss says that he also did some cool shit with David Allan Coe. Yeah, I did a track with the bass player from Metallica and Suicidal recently. I don't know what happened to the track. But they sent it back to me, and it was like me and tons of other great vocalists on there. But I don't know what happened to the track. The reason I bring it up is because he also jams with David Allan Coe, who, if you don't know, is the guitar player for Alice in Chains, God Band. Excuse me. So yeah. Anyway, this guy Anthony West. I'm almost done doing features, bro. Signed a record deal, checks in the mail. When I get that check, no more features. How can I trade my regular tickets for VIP tickets? You guys have to, you guys do me a favor. Email me. Head PE merch. You see it at the bottom here. headpemerch@gmail.com. Okay. I'll talk to you about the features and about VIP. If you bought the tickets, we can maybe make a deal or something. What's up, Danielle? Reese? That's my wife's maiden name, Reese. Christian Kane, what's up? Okay, Christian, I got you, bro. Because the 2-for-1 isn't going to last forever. It's just been so popular. I think I'll let it go throughout the weekend. So that's 2-for-1 VIP. Hit me up. Such a deal. Hey, Jared, do you like bands like Motionless and White? I do. I know. I've checked out both of those bands, and I fucking really like them. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to the whole record, right? But I watched the video and thought it was cool. Right on, Alicia. Yeah, like those are like the new metal type bands that the kids are digging. Yeah. I know Ice Nine Kills, my one of my guys at Suburban Noise. His daughter listens to that, and then Motionless and White. I don't know how I heard of him, but I watched video and thought it was fucking slamming. Will do, brother. Long time listener. Love you guys. Everything you put out. You tatted on my arm. Right on, Anthony. Hit me up. I need the work, dude. Dude says, you got me a corkscrew. And don't I know that's the truth. Cheers. Hey, man, I got 4 tickets to see y'all in Cadillac. Yeah, bro, you can get VIP with no tickets. You can just tell me, I'll take like $10 off or some shit, but it's already super cheap, right? If you're getting 2-for-1, just buy the 2-for-1 and call it a day, right? It's only $100, right? And you're getting to hang out with us all day and free shirts and whatnot. But Ross, if you really, we can make a deal. 4 VIPs, you bought 4 tickets instead of, well, if it's 2 for 1, that is already a deal, right? If it's 2 for 1, that's already a deal. Rusty Shackelford, what's up? I don't know what you mean. Oh my God. Yeah, Amusia. You're gonna play with us in Gainesville? Right on, bro. Florida has so much. There'd be no Head PE without Florida, dude. There's like fucking 6 towns in Florida that we play and make money and have a good time. It's fucking great. This guy says, I will bring fat bags of green with me. Well, who can argue with that? Okay, so let's go. We talked about the political theater. I get sidetracked a lot, and I don't finish my thoughts. I forget what I was talking about. Last thing, I ended it off with healthcare, and all these politicians who who convinced the population we didn't need a public option. They're all getting paid by medical insurance companies, but nobody could see through it. Well, wait, half the country couldn't see through it. Oh, I get it. No, that's great, Rusty. Now I get it. Girls crushing on serial killers, which sounds like a great thing, right? I crush on serial killers, but not in the gay way. Okay, can't wait for you to come back to Wisconsin. It's possible I gave you, hey, my son might be listening. Slow down, Danielle. I gave you a joint in Madison. Oh, yeah, this rings a bell. Okay, Jamie Roberts, what's up? Yo, when you coming back to the UK? We're coming back with Soil in November. And Nonpoint and Union Underground? Yeah, remember seeing you in 2012. I think it was. Met you before the show. Blah, blah, blah. You met time me. My mom washed it. Now it's signature. My mom washed it. My mom washed it. And now the signature is faded. How much to send me shit to you and get it re-signed? My English accent's just awful. You know what? We're going to be there. Where are you at in the UK, Jamie? Because Head PE's coming out there. Nonpoint, hell yes. I couldn't agree more, Johnny. Love those guys. Every week, though, I'm just kind of like glazing like Nonpoint, but it's just so true. They rock. They're cool as fuck. When you tour with them, they're professional as fuck. They treat you, like a human. It's just, all those guys are just amazing, man. It's like going on the Nonpoint tour last year. It was kind of a turning point for me towards the better. I'm going to tell you too, like sitting there and with Elias for 10 minutes and just listening to him is like, made my brain go, or hearing him talk about the music business and things that we should be doing. Guy is just a fucking genius. I saw a Head PE flyer from Truth Rising tour in Satellite Beach yesterday. Whoa, that's a long time ago. I'm from Folkestone, which is right next to the Euro Tunnel. Okay, now Folkestone doesn't ring a bell, Jamie. So maybe we're playing in one of the towns near Folkestone. Is it near London? Luke Moss says, rest in peace, Shifty. I know you had a bit of an up and down relationship with him. When was the last time you spoke to him? Sadly, the last time I would have talked to him would have been at one of the shows before he got kicked off the tour. Yeah, it's kind of what a thing, what a situation. Yeah, I hate to see a guy, and it's obviously he died by mistake. Like I'm always saying, practically every week is like when people overdose, it's like it's by mistake. They forget that what they took. And I can, as a guy who used to take pills, I can totally imagine that. You forget the shit and then you do too much. Of course, so he was like a guy who was like into blow and crack, so his heart gave out yeah. But the last time I heard from him, oh wow, it was he would do this thing on tour where he wouldn't show up and just his hype guy would be there, and then he'd expect to still get paid. I told him, I said, bro, from now on, you need to show up an hour before doors. Crazy Town doing their set without you is unacceptable. It's embarrassing. If you can't make it here before doors, then Edema will take that slot, not Crazy Town without Seth. Anyway, I'm not like disrespecting the dead. I'm just saying on that last tour, he wouldn't even show up to the show, but they would still play. So there's no Crazy Town, no members of Crazy Town. Anyway, enough said. So when my dude here says it was a bit of an up and down, though, as a person, it's just all up. Like as a person, me and Seth see eye to eye and it's all good. Anytime we're in the same room talking, it's all like we've been friends since we were kids and it's all lovely. It's just that his level of professionalism is so low that that was the down on the professional side, the work side. Do you know what I mean? Like you can go to work with someone and totally get along personally, but then they're sucking at their job. Jeez. Anyway, let's move on. Okay. I've been on for a half hour, so we got a little bit more to do. Tyler Durden, I raise hell. Fuck yeah. Fight Club every day. Like, I don't feel buzzed now, but then after the stream is over and I go downstairs and start talking to my wife, I'm like, maybe I am a little buzzed. Okay. Oh, David, she was born on leap year? Yeah. Must be. Okay. So you guys, let's move on to this country versus race versus DNA, because something came up last week that wanted me to talk about it, and it's this. It's like people really confuse country with like race. And by the way, like we talked about all the time, race isn't really a thing. It's just something we came up with globally, culturally, and now we just use the term of a black male, white male, or whatever. But as I've said, when you get your DNA done, doesn't say any of that. There's no reference to color. Like look at this, like here's my DNA, right? There's nothing that says color. Portugal, Cameroon, and even like it doesn't just come back and say African. Right? It comes back and tells you exactly where from Africa you're from. Because apparently not all black people are created equal, because if they were, it wouldn't be dividing it into Cameroon, Nigeria, Southwest Bantu peoples. Anyway, so getting back to my point here about country versus race versus DNA. What I find out, and I've had people who say it where they think that Mexican means that you're like brown or something. Well, no, saying you're Mexican is like saying you're American, and saying you're American can mean anything, right? Same thing with Mexico. There are many white Mexicans, right? Canelo Alvarez, the famous ginger boxer, right? And on down the line, like because of colonization, right? The original Spanish are Europeans, white people. as you might call them, right? So, like, same thing in South America or Brazil, where my parents are from, right? If you say you're Brazilian, that doesn't mean anything. It just means you're from Brazil. It doesn't mean anything in terms of DNA or race because let me address this. We're all humans, though. We got to love each other. It's true, but it's okay to discuss our differences, meaning we're from different places. We have different DNA, you know, and it's okay. But what you're saying is right. We got to love each other. You know, we're just barely stepping out of colonialization, right? Where like the Europeans who were more advanced in terms of warfare had the ability to just take over countries, right? Um, but I think it's very interesting that because obviously there's so many white people in like Chile, for instance, where my new drummer is from. He's a little white boy, right? Well, not little, but I mean, he's a white boy, right? But his parents come from South America. Some people get confused by that, like, because South America was colonized by the Spaniards and the Portuguese, who are Europeans. They're white. So, like, I just want to teach you that because I read tons of people who don't quite fucking understand that. This is so true. We are a baby country. Dude, 248 years is nothing. Dude, slavery ended 100 years before I was born. 100 years is nothing. A person can live 100 years. Look how amazing this is. Black people weren't allowed to read or write until 100 years before I was born. Now one became president, filling up the halls of Congress, judges, lawyers, what? You would fucking get hung or whipped if you taught a black person to read or write. Now what? Look at them. Look at us. I say look at them because I'm not African American, right? My parents came from Brazil. My African is more what they call Afro-Brazilian, if a little bit about me. Oh, I can't wait to read this one. Our country is screwed. I expose stuff in my town. Don't know if Freemasons and stuff, but they're underground tunnels. Oh, wow, Chad. Oh, wow. This is a good one. They use for pedo or human trafficking. Now they're after me. I don't think they're after you, Chad. I don't think they give a fuck about you. I think you're kidding. Chad, you're kidding, right? Because if this is a serious statement, you need therapy, bro. Mr. Nugent, hopefully this is kind of a funny little facetious, sarcastic comment. If not, you should seek help. Nobody's after you. There are no tunnels of pedos. Holy shit. Very true. Being a veteran, we have fought more for the freedom. Oh, wow. Here we go. We have fought for the freedoms of other countries than we have. My friend Raul, all due respect, just because you're a veteran doesn't mean that you know why the reasons you're even fighting. You may have come up with these ideas, but a lot of times our guys that we send out there, you think you're fighting for the freedom of another country. No, what you're fighting is for us to have a base in that country and a position of power on that part of the globe. So when we go to Africa, it's not just for the freedom of Africans. It's because we want a position of power in Africa. That's what you're fighting for. All due respect, Raul, and thank you for your service, my bro. Thank you so much. Okay, I think we discussed the country versus race versus DNA, right? Brazil Mexico, the United States, if you're from there, when people say they're from there, it has nothing to do with their race. Race has nothing to do with your DNA, right? If it was, and everybody would come back, your report would just say white or black or some other crayon color, right? No, but my wife gets hers back. It says British, Scottish, Irish, Russian. I would have to pull up all her stuff, but it's all different white locations, but all different DNA. That because of the culture, and because before we could analyze DNA, it was just like, oh, you're white like me, But now we can see that everyone's made up of different stuff. Isn't it great? Science! Science is amazing. I'll say it one last time. We are one people, different cultures. Well, we have different DNA as well, Warren, and we look different. The different strands of DNA result in different looking humans. We are one human race, right? We can breed with each other, right? But it's more than just different cultures, isn't it? Because we are fucking different. Like a pure African and a pure Asian person, like from China, very different. Very much the same, physically different. That doesn't mean we shouldn't all be getting along, right? Okay, one planet, one people. We all got this amazing ability to use our minds in ways that other animals can't. So we got to use that ability. Wow, that no truer words, gummy worm Jim. No truer fucking words. Who could fucking argue with any piece of that? Oh, do you still believe in God, Jared? Absolutely not, crypto. I am a black flag waving atheist. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think the world's a magical place, because like I always say, sacred geometry proves that there's something really interesting going on, where you've got the golden spiral that can be mapped out from a mathematical formula. And when you put it on paper, it creates a spiral that is the same as a spiral in a tornado or a hurricane or a seashell or the center of a sunflower. Amazing that you can have a formula that's printed out on paper that can also be found in nature. Think about that. That's God. I hate the word God, because God implies just one overwhelming power that's doing something to perpetuate existence. Nope, don't believe it. We obviously live in this amazing sea of consciousness even, and we haven't even science hasn't even scraped the surface, or at least mainstream science, of what consciousness is, right? I don't like the word God, though. I don't like that word. It's a shit word. Religion gives me anxiety. Don't churches look like evil in a Stephen King way? Well, yeah. Last week I said it, crypto. I was like, either there is no God, but if there is a God, wow, what a dark sense of humor he has. With all the terrible things that go on our planet. Okay. David Ochoa, we have a new set. I'll put it to you like that. But we play a bunch of old classics, obviously. Every song you want to hear probably get played. What about Zion? What about him? Does he believe in God? I doubt it. Not in the way that someone who's a born-again Christian does. I don't think he believes in God. Dude, come on, man. Our family believes in science. things that can be proven. Oh, thanks. My dude says, absolutely love your new music. You must be talking about Detox, which debuted #1 on Apple Metal and Rock charts. That's right. My dude here, my dude, Shelly, it says, how does that Idaho culture treat you? There's lots of God people. A good population of those right side guys that only that only like white guys. You know, that's interesting, Shelly, that you say that, because Idaho is known as the Great Hate State, right? Used to have a very famous white Nazi compound up north in the town where my wife went to college, Coeur d'Alene, right? But the law bankrupted the Nazis, so they had to shut down. Anyway, very interesting, Shelley, because I've lived here for 18 years. I have never personally had a problem even once with a racist person. I've had some interesting interactions with my pale-face brothers out here a couple times, which made me go, oh, really? You know, but never anything like that, you know. Lots of God people. There sure are lots of God people. But again, they haven't come and trying to force me to go to church or believe in their God or anything like that. So I just think it's funny. Your comment is funny because I've lived here forever and I know it has that reputation. But no, it's all good here. My wife's a real estate agent, so if you want to move here, you're all good, Shelley. But I'll tell you what, I could go months without seeing another black person. There's a lot more like Hispanic or Mexican people in Idaho than there are black people. That's for sure. Hello from Slavnis, bro. What's up, Robert? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Josh thinks I'm funny. Jared, where do you think we go when we die? Maybe we don't go anywhere. Right? I have no idea. Nobody knows. There's no proof of anything. Nobody knows. Where do you go when you die? Nobody knows. All we have are conjectures and imagination, right? I have no idea. It might be when you die, it's fade to black and nothingness. Absolute nothingness. And I'm okay with that. Isn't it interesting that we humans, we feel entitled to something after death? Why? This life is so amazing. You're going to start crying that you don't live forever? Oh, I'm so sorry. Eternal. Can you imagine the whole Christian philosophy is based on someone being offered eternal life? It's like the ultimate deal, the ultimate. God, my mind is so blank right now. Dude, help me out here. Like when a cop pulls you over and you offer him $100 to not give you a ticket, that's called a not a payoff. There's one word that bribe, a bribe. My dude here said a bride. Thank you, AF Health, a bribe. So it's like God's offering you the ultimate bribe, right? Here's eternal life. Now follow me. I mean, who doesn't want that deal? Here's eternal life. Streets of gold, gates made out of one single pearl. Wow. I mean, come on, you guys. That should really only work on like just above chimpanzee. Like that should work on like a caveman. Like, dude, that's like 8-year-old child mentality. Like, he's checking his list. He's checking it twice, seeing who's naughty or nice. It's like, dude, that's how the universe works. There's an almighty God, and if you offer him your allegiance, he gives you eternal life. That's just that easy. What the fuck, dude? God damn. I can't believe people believe that. Look, dude, my guy right here asks, so the hell doesn't exist? This must be a person from overseas because they're not saying so hell doesn't exist. They're saying so the hell doesn't exist. Dude, the Catholics are, by the way, Catholicism is the first religion, okay, made up by the Romans to control the population, right? They made up hell. And now they've already admitted it, that they made it up and there's no such thing. And yet people still believe in it. Even though the people that came up with it are telling you there's no such thing. Nice to meet you, Oscar Murillo. Very good, Oscar. My pleasure, brother. Wow, this time's really flown by, you guys. I've only got like 6 minutes left. Earth is hell, they say. Yeah, the key part of the phrase is they say. Yeah, paganistic shit. And what do you mean by that? Like everything has a spirit? Yeah, I mean, if that's what you mean, Michael McIntosh, I'm totally into that too. Like, a lot of the indigenous cultures, that was the way they looked at the world. Like everything had a spirit, and then, Europe came with its state-sanctioned religion and stamped out all the indigenous beliefs. New album is next year, maybe next spring. Atoms are alive, aren't they? They're part of us. We're alive. They're alive too, right? So many great comments. Can I rock? Can I rock? Right on, bro. Let's see. We're a big ass ant farm, bro. Okay, yeah, right on, Anthony. It's a fun story that you're telling. Again, though, like me, Anthony, it's like, and I used to believe in such the story that you're talking about here, and it's until it's proven. That's all it is a story, right? And stories are great. My dude has some good things to say. Jared Gomez is one of the most influential artists to today's music and is overlooked. Overlooked by who? Not by y'all. Still one of my top 10 favorite bands. No, I know what you mean. You mean by the mainstream. Thanks for all the years of great music. You know what? Thank you, James. What a fucking well-articulated. Thank you for your kind words, my bro. That'll keep me going. Some shit like that. Can I rock? Can I rock? Got it. That was a good song, dude. That song on a major label does things. You guys don't know, but a song doesn't get to the top 10 or top 20 without tons of money being poured into promotion. And unless you're signed to a label that's willing to spend that money, your song is not getting into the top 30. I promise you that. That's how it fucking works. Okay, I'm almost out of here. Okay, what's this question? Do you think someone taking medications can also smoke weed? Crypto, that's a very complicated question. It depends on what type of medication and what type of herb and the person's individual chemical makeup, right? So I could never answer that. My proven fact has been and always will be, how can you trust a piece of literature that was created over right years ago? We can't believe a book created 30 years ago. Well, no, you can. But no, I mean, Robert, first of all, my thing is this. I don't like the idea that we can't believe a book created 30 years ago. It depends on the book and depends who wrote it. Right? There were slaves who learned to read and write in secret and wrote books. I've read these books and I believe them. You see what I mean? Like, I don't like this thing that's happened in the last 8 years where there's no truth. What's true? Who knows what's true? You think motherfuckers who are coming up with medications or building sky rises or engineering cars or trips to the moon or satellites, you think they don't agree on what's true? This is uneducated people who don't believe in what's true. Because believe me, if you're going to do something serious like building a bridge or a sky rise or learn how to fly a plane, there are truths that are believed in and you bet your life on. But anyway, of course, I agree with what you're saying. And by the way, you guys have got to see this video on YouTube called Caesar's Messiah. Scientists took 20 years to fucking study where the New Testament came from, and they know. Of course aliens are real, Sarah. This isn't a belief. It's like you take you take all the evidence that is presented out, and especially lately with the whistleblowers. David Grum, come on. It's testified before Congress under oath, could go to prison forever if he lied. Huh. Tell you about the fucking back engineering and the retrieval of ships. Have you heard that some of these ships were found on archaeological digs? Been fucking buried for 1,000 years. Ships that go fast, that can transcend the speed of light. We've got videos that show us objects that are using anti-gravitational propulsion with no heat signatures. We've got videos of ships going from air to water back to air without slowing down at all. But y'all would rather concentrate on tranny bathrooms. Oh, shit. You guys, it's been an hour. We're not going to make it to the whole experience versus security topic. Cheers, y'all. Friday night. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Oh, Alicia, cut it out. Let's not compare Folklore to aliens are real. You guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with me tonight. Look at all these fucking dates. Going all over the country, just basically missing Cali. Or kind of the West and the Southwest, but everything else will be everywhere else, you guys. So, man, listen, hit me up, Happy Merch at gmail.com if you want VIP. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. It's been really fun. We talked about a lot of important shit, didn't we? Yeah, it's great. It's good. It's stimulating for me to read your comments and hang out for an hour every Friday and just kind of get myself out of the whole like grind of what I'm doing every day, because every day is just a head PE grind for me, man. And I fucking love it. I wouldn't change a thing. You guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next week, man. Thank you.
Images obtained by documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell were taken by Navy personnel and expected to be a part of a report focus. But some of the objects go beyond just flying in the sky. One shows a spherical object dipping into the ocean.
That we have developed that technology. I don't think we developed it from this planet.
Video from that encounter and 2 other incidents were officially released. Shows a spherical object dipping into the ocean, similar to an incident in Puerto Rico where an object was tracked buzzing an airport, then flying into the water, popping back out before appearing to split into 2